say something nice.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Homm,
And I'm nice.
and we are Jeantrix. Welcome back to another episode of Art Therapy with Jeantrix.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. In case you guys don't know who we are, like I said, we are Jeantrix. We are a wearable art clothing brand based out of the Philadelphia and Chester areas. I'm from Philadelphia.
I'm
He's
from Chester.
We founded the company back in 2005. I would say.
Yeah. But I feel like that's when we started. Well, yeah, 2005. Yeah.
That's when the company actually started.
Yeah. But we were like creating before we actually started the company.
Yeah, so we started creating actually in like 2003. I was fresh out of high school. I had just graduated high school, and we would go to the mall and we would see like certain brands like Miss Keen in the mall, and we couldn't afford Miss Keen, so we were like, what can we do to, liven up our clothing without trying to, break our budget, because we couldn't afford Miss Keen at the time. We was in high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We didn't have no jobs, nothing. So
couldn't afford shit.
Yeah,
Most people couldn't afford shit.
So that was the the origin of why we started.
Yeah.
And also we couldn't find stuff in stores that really fit who we were. So we just started making our own clothing. It started with one pair of sneakers.
Yeah.
We went to like the arts and crafts stores. We got paints and stuff.
Yeah, and I actually worked at an arts and crafts store, so
right.
I would get those discounts and
five-finger
discounts.
Five-finger.
Yeah, we would turn that. We would just use that and paint sneakers and T-shirts that kind of went with the sneakers, and
right.
we just started to get random requests. Like we would be at I remember one time we were like at Six Flags and people were stopping us about our shit, and
right.
We started getting orders just randomly, just doing our own thing, expressing ourselves, and that's how Jeantrix started.
Yeah, and I think it was 2 years later, back in 2005 maybe. I got a job at Walgreens, and at Walgreens I met Dane. Shout out to Dane. And he knew somebody that was having a fashion show, so he was like, you guys should, put your stuff in the fashion show, and that really inspired us to create a whole collection, our first collection, to put in that fashion show.
We didn't know what we were doing. It was not a full. It was a collection, but it was all over the place.
It was all over the place.
Like now, when we create collections, it's like mood boards, a vision, everything. It was just like back then. It was just like, look, we want to do a army trench coat, but we also want to do
a potato chip bag,
all types of shit. We just incorporated everything, but I felt like it was a good thing because we were just expressing, without like the, I guess, limitation of, okay, this is the particular theme.
Right.
Just do that.
Right.
We were just all over the fucking place.
Right.
Like we created some outer space shit. Then we created some shit that was not outer space, some forest camp type shit.
Right.
So we
some
just
ocean inspired stuff.
Everything. So it just all it allowed us to just create. Even though now, like I feel like collections are more planned out.
Yeah, more cohesive now.
Yeah. Very more cohesive.
Our collections now, they have to revolve around one general theme. Back then we had so many different themes, like, and as a creative, you have so many ideas. Yeah. We kind of have ADD with our ideas. Yeah. So it's hard to focus on just one thing when you're first starting out.
Yeah. But it made it kind of easier. Like I guess once we actually started creating like mood boards, and we were just like, okay, this is the theme. This is the inspiration. It made it easier for us to do it.
Right.
However, we still have a billion ideas that's just sitting in our books that we need to get done.
Right. So, and then those billion ideas that we had, we just took each idea and made each one into a collection. And so, like the Trashy Warehouse collection that we did, just a collection inspired by trash. We actually put trash on clothing.
I don't know what we were doing, but we were doing it.
Like, yes, we put Big Mac boxes on clothing and soda cans and stuff like that.
It was bad.
And condom hoodies. Remember the condom hoodies?
Bad. Well, that promoted safe sex.
It did.
It promoted. So it was a hoodie that had like literally like condom packets all over it, like different color condom packets. But it was like
at the time that was our best seller though.
That's the crazy thing. People were buying it.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. So I felt like it was people. We saw that it was people out there just as like crazy and out there as us.
Yeah.
I remember some of the people that was like, "Yo, I need that hoodie."
Yeah.
Like, you gonna buy that hoodie? I don't know what they did with those hoodies. Like probably used up all the condoms. Probably snatched them off.
What y'all do? What y'all buy? Not my concern.
But yeah, that was crazy. Like,
I mean, but that goes to show that, you know, whenever you have a crazy idea, just do it. Because there is going to be somebody that likes it.
Yeah.
There are going to be people that support it and purchase it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was wild.
It was wild.
And I also think because when we put that in our first fashion show, it was like one of the most talked about things. Like when it went down the runway, everybody was like, "Yo, that's the whole fucking hoodie made out of condoms."
Right.
So it was just like a statement piece. Whether you wanted to wear it or not, it was still a statement piece and a piece that actually stood out.
Right. And so, you know, the crazy thing is some of our pieces are like pieces that we wouldn't necessarily wear ourselves.
Yeah.
But
we just wanted to create.
We wanted to create that idea, that artistic expression that somebody actually liked.
So the moral of the story is, if you have some shit you want to create, I don't care how crazy it is,
just do it.
You fucking create it.
Just do it. Pretty much. And at that first fashion show, we were actually discovered by Kevin and Carrie from Philadelphia Fashion Week. Mm-hmm. Back then, you know, they were just Kevin and Carrie. And
they were starting out when we were starting out.
Yeah, they had a little bit more experience than us.
Yeah.
And they took us under their wing and just showed us the ropes a little bit. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we did like, I don't even know how many fashion shows we did that summer. It was crazy.
We did a lot of, because at that time everybody was doing fashion shows.
Right.
Everybody from colleges, high schools, people that just wanted to make a little bit of money that was in their project rec room, whatever it was. Everybody was doing fashion shows around that time.
Especially like colleges.
Colleges, yeah.
Like Cheney and Lincoln. We stayed at Lincoln, yo. Like,
we did like
every weekend
3-4 fashion shows, if not more. Then we did like Howard.
Yeah, Howard.
And that fashion show was crazy.
So
we could go on and on, but we did a lot of fashion shows.
Yes.
But that helped us really get our name out there.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what you got to do. It's different now because they have social media.
Right.
So you don't have to. The grind is not as hands-on as when we first started.
Right.
It's more so like social media and getting a platform. But back then we was busting our ass.
Yeah.
Like we were everywhere doing fashion shows.
But social media has, you know, its perks, but it's different from in-person networking. Mm-hmm. In-person networking, you can leave an impression on people.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? You can reach 3,000 people at one show at one time.
Yeah.
And then they start following you and stuff. And networking was definitely a key part of our upbringing. Mm-hmm. A key part of our success. Yeah. Networking, whether it was through MySpace, whether it was through Lincoln fashion shows.
Yeah.
It was a key part of our success. So never underestimate the importance of networking.
Yeah, and it's just it's so different now. Like networking is so different now because even recently I was like, we gotta start doing some more like pop-up shops and different things because everybody adapted to social media being their source of networking.
Right.
So you forget that maybe we should do some pop-up shops so we can reconnect with people that, you know, customers and things like that. Right. Maybe we should do, because everything is on you know, social media. But it is good because even back then we were having like events. We was passing out flyers. I remember the last time I handed out a flyer. We were putting flyers for our fashion shows on people's cars.
We left them at Alany.
Like posters
on the wall.
Everything.
posters.
But that's back when we were younger, had a lot of energy. I don't have the energy for that shit anymore.
It worked though.
It did. It
works. You know, in-person marketing. Sometimes it works more than social media, because social media, you have the algorithms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody isn't going to see your stuff unless you're paying for promotions.
Yeah.
So the in-person marketing, it'll definitely help you blow up in your area at the very least.
Yeah.
In your city.
Yeah.
So that's definitely important. That was important to us at least.
Yeah. I feel like we really just put ourselves out there, but also kind of like manifested a lot of stuff.
Right.
Because I feel like we always put ourselves out there, but we always kind of had well, at first we didn't have a goal or nothing. We were just kids creating. Then once we decided to do a brand, we were like, we gotta have goals for what we're gonna do.
Right.
We're gonna get stuff on this person, and that's back in this is gonna tell our age, but like back in MySpace days. Like back in MySpace days, we were like contacting celebrities.
Yeah.
We were like, we gotta get our shit on some celebrities, and I feel like over the years we just kind of manifested that.
Yeah.
Like placements.
Yeah.
Like certain celebrities getting our stuff in certain things. Like just looking back to where we were and just seeing like how much we've done is kind of surreal.
Yeah, it's very surreal.
Yeah.
I remember we used to contact so many different celebrities on MySpace, like, and not all of them, of course, they didn't know who we were.
Some of them got so much free shit and never
they
posted
did.
nothing. Like,
they got so much free shit.
Free shit, didn't post a damn thing. It was just like, I got some free shit, I'm gonna wear it, or I'm not gonna wear it.
Right.
But the agreement was, we give you some free shit, you wear it and take a picture.
We was just excited to have them in our stuff, or to even get a response from them.
Yeah.
Because I think the first celebrity that actually responded to us was Baby Shan.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. And I know like
Fat Joe,
yeah. It was a couple people back there.
Yeah.
But now I won't play that shit. Now if we gonna give you some stuff,
hey, you better wear that.
You gotta wear it. Because I mean it's one of those things where it's like I get it. Like a lot of celebrities and public figures and things like that, they get a lot of free shit. They get a lot of clothes. They get a lot of shit. But at the same time, us like as artists, we put so much time into what we do.
Yes.
So much time into what we do. So it's like almost it needs to be a guarantee, because it's like we put the time in to create this piece. We put the time in to go to the post office and ship it off. We put a lot of time into it. So it really has to be beneficial if our time is into it.
Right.
But like we said back then, we were just having fun.
Right.
But
we was just learning. That was part of the learning process.
Yeah.
And you know, it took us a long time to learn from those experiences. Maybe like, I don't know, it took us a while, but I feel like we learned a lot from that, and we also got a lot of exposure because of that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in the recent years, we've come to work with people like Lil Nas X, Megan Thee Stallion, Alicia Keys, Janet Jackson. Like, what?
Yeah.
You know, I already know that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite artists right there. I was hyped when we got Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson. Our stuff was on Blue Ivy and Beyonce's video last year, Black is King. Like,
and it's crazy. Like now that you're like breaking all that down, because I never really take the time to digest all that. I never take the time to digest that. It's like, all right, this happened. What's next? But when I sit back and I think about like where we've come and what we're doing now and how far we've come, and that's what it's all about. It's all about continuing to push. Like at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, because you just never know. And now I feel like nowadays we live in a day and age where everybody just wants instant shit.
Instant gratification.
Because of social media stuff. It's like I've been doing, like somebody just hit me up, it was like I had a clothing brand for a year and it ain't doing shit. I'm about to give up. What?
Wow.
And that's the thing, I get it, because the day we live in.
Yeah.
people see what other people are doing, and it's like, oh, well, they're doing this and they're blowing up. I should be there too.
Right.
And that's not realistic. You don't really know how much work they put in before they got where they are.
Right.
Or they might have not put that much work, but that was for them.
Right.
Your journey might be completely different from what's going on with them.
Absolutely.
So it's one of those things where you're just like, you got to focus on your own cup.
Right. And they say, it takes 10 years to be an overnight success sometimes.
That's
so like, true. Sometimes you don't see those 10 years that people put in.
Yeah.
At
least like the planning.
Right.
Or they might have had a mentor.
Right.
Investors. It's so many other things that they could have possibly had that you didn't have, but that's the thing. Stop fucking worrying about that.
Right. They might have had the right.
Worry about what you got going on. Yeah, but you can't just give up like that quick.
Right. They might have had the right connections. They might have networked with the right people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It all goes back to networking. It's all about, this industry is all about who you know. Honestly.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's who you know and what you know.
What you know, yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you educate yourself on like certain things, like you can find anything on YouTube nowadays.
Yeah, that's how we educated ourselves.
Yeah.
Marketing and everything YouTube.
Yeah. We didn't really go to school. Like I took some business courses at Drexel, but they didn't really teach me what I needed to know about this industry that we're in now.
Yeah, so I'm an art school dropout, so it was just one of those things where it was just like I left like just like with faith. Like, all right, I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna actually make this shit work.
Right. And I mean, I didn't graduate either from Drexel. It just wasn't my passion.
Yeah, because you went for something.
Engineering.
Yeah.
And I was more so interested in the design aspect of engineering as opposed to the even though I was good at science, it wasn't my passion, I wasn't passionate about math and science and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even though I love science to my core,
yeah.
I was more interested in the design aspect of designing spaceships and aerospace engineering and things like that.
Yeah.
That was my interest. And that translated to art and the stuff that we do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was never into that. Like math, I was never into math until now.
Right.
Now I like, because we got to do business shit. Right. So now it's like I love dividing numbers or just coming up with numbers for certain shit. But math, I fucking hate it.
I mean, does anybody really like math though? Like,
but you know why? I like simple math that you are going to use within life. I need to know how to add, subtract, divide, all that extra shit. It just never. Right. It's not in our field.
Calculus and shit. Like,
it's for somebody, but it's not for us.
It's not for us.
No.
When was the last time we even used calculus or algebra?
When the last time y'all used that? Yeah.
Nobody uses algebra. Like,
you use that?
Like I feel like a lot of our years in school were like pointless. Like, I mean, it's good to be well rounded, but like, if it's not,
I'm gonna just say I don't remember most of the shit that I learned.
Right. I'm just saying, if it's not gonna teach you something about your future, if it's not gonna help you in the future, why even take the class?
Yeah. That's a whole nother.
That's another thing. That's another discussion.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of shit that I learned in high school was just like, I'm not using it today.
Hey, that's real.
But it goes to my whole theory of figuring out what kids want to do with their future and like individually preparing them for that.
Right.
That's how I always felt like education should be.
Right.
But that's a different thing.
Right. So let's go back to the celebrity stuff. Because we can talk about that for
we get thrown off.
Right.
But just I feel like a lot of that stuff that we've done, like now that I look back, was like manifestation.
Like how so?
Because everything that we've done over the past years have been some type of like speaking into existence type thing.
Right.
Like everything. And it's been like kind of creepy, but at the same time it's just like realizing how, all right, this is just how the universe works.
Right.
because I feel like if you get creeped out by this shit, it's like you kind of pushing it away. Because me personally, I don't believe in coincidences.
Not at all.
I just think that the universe worked how it worked, and it's just happening.
Right.
You know, and because everything we've done, like even like you mentioned, like Janet Jackson.
Right.
Literally, like that story was crazy. Like,
yeah,
we were like,
that was crazy.
We had a studio. All right, so this is the story. We had a studio in Brooklyn, and we were like, we were thinking about different people we wanted to get stuff on, different celebrities, and I think we were like, we mentioned Janet Jackson. We were like, she has to be somebody that we get close, like something on.
Right.
That week when we were in our studio, now our studio was, what was that area? Williamsburg. Yeah. So around that area was like a lot of people filming. It was different people, celebrities and things like that around there. We saw on social media that she actually shot a video around the corner from our studio. Like literally like that week, maybe like 2 days prior, we spoke about it. We were like, yo, she shot a video right around the corner. Right. We were here. How the hell didn't we see this happening around here?
Right.
And then I think we reached out to her celebrity, and her stylist.
Right.
And a lot of times when you reach out to stylists, you may or may not get, but somebody of that caliber, we like, hey, probably ain't gonna say shit back to us.
But it was worth a chance.
Yeah.
Worth a shot.
And we didn't hear anything back at first.
Right.
And then I think like a couple days later, it was like, you guys are perfect for this project there, because I feel like our brand has to fit a theme of what someone is doing, because our brain is very particular.
Right.
So it has to fit whatever they got going on, and they were just like, we have something going on where your brand will really fit. We need something like, I think it was like tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's how that happened.
And you don't normally see Janet and stuff like that.
Or type of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, ever. So that's why that was like, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
That was insane.
Like it was literally a few days between us saying it and it actually happened.
Yeah.
Like we literally spoke that into existence.
Yeah. Like that moment was crazy.
And if you want to get, I don't want to get too deep into the logistics of everything, but if you look in the Bible, right, God spoke the universe into existence. And he also says that he created us in his image, right? Which means that we have some of, not all, but some of the things that he's able to do. You know what I mean? Like we can create life.
Yeah.
We can have babies.
Yeah.
We can also, our words are physical. It doesn't seem like it, but
because
our
we
words,
don't see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because you don't see your words doesn't mean it's not physical.
Yeah.
It's a vibration that goes out when you talk, when you think. Like they can actually measure brain waves.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. I feel like people in other countries actually believe in this, but as Americans, we're so brainwashed into the way we are that if we don't see it, we don't believe it.
Right.
So
exactly.
Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying.
Like our brain waves are magnetic in nature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it goes out and it attracts whatever we're thinking about. Like whatever you're focusing on daily is going to manifest into your life some kind of way.
Not even just good, but bad. Like, you ever see somebody that has feel like they kind of going in a circle? It's always fucked up for them. Right. Everything is messed up. Like, oh, another fucked up day, another.
Right.
And it's just like you kind of speak that because you're like, oh, I had a bad day.
Right.
You just keep going in the same circle.
Right.
So it's just whether you speaking good or bad,
right,
that's what it's going to be.
Right.
And but also like when you're speaking good, like even if you're speaking good on something and it's a goal, you also got to make sure you put in work behind it.
Yes, that's the important part.
You can't just say I'm going to be a millionaire and be sitting on the fucking couch.
Right.
Like, no, you need to start making a plan. How are you going to achieve this goal? What are you going to do to get to this level, to get to the next level, to get to the next level, to get you where you want to be at?
Right.
So,
And whatever you focus on daily, like we said, it will manifest into your life some kind of way.
Yeah.
It might just be on a small level, or it might be on a big level. But whatever you're focusing on, I don't know. This universe is kind of like a feedback system. Like whatever you're putting out, it's coming back to you. Just like they say with the law of attraction.
Yeah.
Whatever you focus on, manifesting into your life.
Yeah.
Speaking it, thinking it, being around it.
Yeah.
You know what
I was about to say being around it, because while you're trying to manifest and have all these good things happening, you can't have a lot of distraction,
right,
and shit that's taking you out of focus.
Right. You can't have a lot of negative distractions around you.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have a positive life focusing on negative things.
Yeah.
If you want a positive life, you gotta have that positive mentality. You gotta speak positively into your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's even a scientific thing, like the placebo effect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes doctors might give you a sugar pill or a water pill or something like that, and they'll say it's a cure. Yeah. And then the fact that you believe it's a cure cures your body.
Yeah.
Right. Cures your body. Just because you believed it was going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is not something that's new. This is something that's in every ancient culture, every religion, if you just know where to look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I do have a video for you that, you know, that might illustrate this a little bit better, and it might illustrate it for, you know, you guys out there as well.
Okay. Yeah, let me check this out.
Yeah. You know, right here.
But that's, let me see.
Is a simple powder placed on a black piece of metal with a sound played beneath it. Cymatics is the study of how sound affects matter, and what it reveals is extremely interesting. These images are from a documentary called Bringing Matter to Life with Sound. I recommend everyone check that out. With just the playing of a tone beneath a metal plate and different materials placed on top, we can see complex forms and archetypal shapes coming to life. Some of them even look like living organisms powered by sound alone. We really need to think about what type of sounds we are filling our etheric field with. What type of music are we listening to? What neuro-linguistic programming are we putting into our mind with the lyrics of a song? Words are spells and frequency is magic. So combined together, really think.
That's crazy.
That's deep. Yeah, that's deep. But I can believe it.
Yeah.
I can believe all of that.
Yeah. Like when you play music, you feel the vibration from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then like the video said, if you just put sand or something on top of it,
Yeah.
it'll form patterns because of the sound.
I've seen something like that. It's where they would I think I saw another video kind of similar to that.
Right.
And they did something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Words are powerful.
Yeah.
Just because we don't see them doesn't mean it's not doing something.
Yeah.
And there was a Japanese scientist, actually, I forget his name, but he did an experiment where he had like 3 vials of water. He spoke positively into one vial. He spoke negatively into one vial, and then he left one vial by itself.
Okay.
And then he froze the water, and the one that he spoke positively in, it formed like beautiful crystals, like snowflake type crystals. And stuff. The one where he spoke negatively in, it was just like
bullshit.
Yeah, it wasn't even formed correctly. It was just live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that shows you that our words are doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We might not be able to detect it, but it's doing something. And our bodies are 70% water.
Yeah.
So what is that doing to us when we speak negatively to ourselves or to other people?
Yeah, but it's one of those things where, like I said, it's just very, like, people are very brainwashed. Like, America kind of has us, not even just America, the world, society, has a lot of people right where they want them to be. And it's one of those things where you gotta think for yourself. And if you want something to really happen and it's not happening, you might just want to change the way you're thinking.
Yeah, right.
That's all it is. You might just want to change the way you're thinking and the way you're moving. And Yeah, see what can happen, but that same old pattern where it's just like just constantly in negative shit. Because I had a point in my life like that where I just felt like I just had to break away from a lot of negative shit, a lot of negative people. Right. And it's never one of those things where it's just like, is love lost, but it's just like, I can't really be around you like that. Right, because we moving on two different wavelengths. We have two different like paths that we're trying to, fulfill or whatever the case is. So it's just one of those things where it's like you have to want better, and in order to get better, you have to do better. Right. You have to do better. So.
So what are some tips that we can give people to help manifest things that they actually want? Like, I feel like number one, you have to know exactly what you want. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then a big part of that is writing down what it is that you want.
To write down.
You have to write it down as if you already have it too. Mm-hmm. That's the key. Like you already have it. Not like you're gonna have it in the future.
Yeah, like you have it.
Like you already
and actually see it and believe it.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that when you don't physically have it right in front of you.
Right.
Like, because that's the thing. We identify with what we see.
Right.
So if we don't actually see it, we don't really think that it's possible. Like if somebody lives in a poverty type area and you tell them you can be a millionaire tomorrow, they might say they believe it, but they can't see it because of the life pattern that they're used to. Right. They're used to the same poverty shit over and over again. Right. So it's like you can't fault them because that's all they ever saw in their life.
Right.
But it has to get to a point where somehow, and that's why it's important to try to be around people that have elevated and that you can see an example through them.
Right.
Because if you're just around the same shit, that's all you're gonna be. You are who you are around.
Yeah. You are who you surround yourself with.
Yeah. So that's another tip. Like, change your surroundings. Like, I'm not saying forget about your homies or.
Sometimes you got to though.
Yeah, they drag you down.
Unfortunately,
it is what it is.
Right.
But yeah, you have to see something else. Mm-hmm. Travel if you can.
Right.
I always say that, like, I feel like I was blessed enough as a kid to travel and see that it was more shit outside of my neighborhood.
Right. Yeah.
Even if you just gotta get on a bus, it's some people that I know, like, that are from the area, never been to New York.
Right.
Hop on the Chinese bus, go see something else. Yeah. Go around Wall Street, see some people in some business suits and some briefcases, and say, "It's some money out here."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a saying too, like that you are the most, like the 5 people that you're around the most. That's who you are. Become.
That's who you are. Yeah. That's who you are. So that's another tip.
Mm-hmm.
Your surroundings.
Yeah. And belief, like you said, that belief is so important. Because if you don't believe it's going to happen, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like
and it's hard for people to believe that because, like I said, they're used to what they've always saw in life. So it's hard for them to vision something other than that. But I don't just try to find a way to see something else.
Yeah.
Just to experience something else and know that it's better. Because it's just one of those things where you have to question yourself, like, why not me?
Right.
There's so many people out here that are successful. There's so many people out here that are just living the life that they want to. And at the end of the day, everything ain't sweet. Everybody got their own issues. It's billionaires with fucking problems. So don't ever think when you get a lot of money, all your shit is just going to go away.
Right.
However, if you see yourself and you want to be at a certain place, you have to question yourself, why can't that be me?
Right. And it can be you.
Exactly. You just have to, like you said, surround yourself with certain stuff, better stuff, manifest as much as you can. Just tap into some type of spirituality.
Yes. success is very much spiritual. A lot of people don't realize that. It's a very big spiritual aspect to success.
Yeah, because if you talk to a lot of spiritual people, like a lot of successful people, they believed in something that the average person didn't believe in.
Yeah.
Or they experienced something that the average person didn't believe in.
Right.
And it's like, you would never know because they're not where you are.
Right.
Because they are where they are. Right. So you wouldn't know. It's a large gap right there.
Right.
So you just have to, you just gotta try to step outside of yourself.
Right.
And
So let's run back the tips then. Decide what you want.
Definitely decide what you want. Write it down.
Write it down
so
as if you already have it.
Yeah, so you can see it every day.
See it daily. See it daily. Speak it daily as if you already have it.
Yes.
I am so happy and grateful that I have blank.
X, Y, and Z.
Blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Say it daily. Say it multiple times a day. Write it down multiple times a day. Believe that it's actually going to happen. That's a key part right there. Believe that it's actually going to happen.
Yeah.
And after that, take action.
That's
the
what
most
I was about to say.
important part.
The action.
Yeah.
The action. You can't just set these goals and don't do shit.
Right.
Get your ass up. Get a board. Figure out. All right. I want to start this right here, and I'm going to get who's going to buy this.
Mm-hmm.
These people over here. How am I going to get to these people over here?
Right.
Figure out how you're going to get to these people over here.
Right.
And you gotta be bold.
You gotta be bold.
Depending on what your brand is and what it is or whatever it is you're trying to do, you have to be willing to put it out there. Like that's one thing I've realized over the years. That scary shit, it's not gonna get it.
Nah.
Like honestly, where I am right now, I never thought I would be here like in my high school years. I was never the type to want to get up in front of people and speak or just speak openly, period. But after a while, I'm realizing that if I don't say shit, for me, who is? If I don't sell this shit, like, what's gonna happen?
Right.
So you have to kind of break out of that. And I know that's hard for some people because introverts and all that shit.
As creators, sometimes we can be
introverts. Yeah,
especially me.
A lot of them. Yeah.
When we first started out, bro.
Yeah.
I was not trying to talk to nobody.
Everybody thought you were like fucking mean.
Right.
Everybody came to me because it was like, oh, Homm is the mean one. I'm like, actually, I'm the mean one.
I'm the nice one. I just look mean.
He just looks mean. I'm actually the mean one.
Right.
So, I felt like we wound up having a good balance to where we both are cool with. Because now that's just our regular life. Talking to people and public speaking and shit like that. So that's just normal now. But like you said, it took a while to get there.
It took a long time to get there.
If that's one of the tips. You have to put yourself out there to public speak or just like this is your personal brand or your personal business, whatever it is.
Right.
Nobody's gonna sell it like you.
Exactly.
Nobody. So you have to break out of that scary shit.
Exactly.
You gotta break out of that.
You really do.
So I feel like those are some good tips.
Those are definitely some good tips. And if you guys, really want to manifest some things into your life, definitely take those tips down, write them down, and practice them daily. I promise you, they will definitely work. Study the law of attraction.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. There's a documentary called The Secret if you want to get more into the law of attraction. I think it's on Netflix. But definitely look into that. There's a book called The Secret as well. Yeah. So look into that, and I'm telling you, your life will change if you practice it. When you first start out, you might not see results immediately, but I promise you, over time, it will definitely work.
Yeah.
Put the years in, put the months in, and it'll definitely pay off.
It's definitely going to be some time. Like, please don't ever get it confused. And that's the thing. For you, it might happen quick.
Yeah.
It might just happen quick. Everybody's path is different.
It depends on your belief, how strong you believe,
and how hard you work.
How hard you work, definitely.
So, especially to young creators, if you that's one thing I realized, and that's somebody told me that recently. Like, you young, do everything you can do right now.
Yes,
So by the time you're at a 45, 50, you're not trying to hustle and bustle shit.
Right.
For the most part, your shit is set.
Right.
You work because you actually enjoy doing it, not because you have to.
Absolutely.
So, especially if you're young, and even if you're not like super young,
it's never too late.
It's never too late. It's never too late.
Right.
If you want to do something in life, get up and do it.
Absolutely. 'Cause a lot of the most successful people in this world didn't become successful till they were like in their 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
Maybe even older than that.
Yeah.
So,
But it makes, at the end of the day, they did it.
Right. They use those keys to manifestation.
Yeah.
And we just gave y'all the keys. So y'all better use that shit.
And we'll be talking more about some more manifestation.
Definitely.
We'll be posting some tips on that.
Yeah.
And
we
just
got a
some
lot of
tips.
stories with the manifestation.
Yeah.
We can talk for hours about that.
Yeah, manifestation. Specifically manifestations for creatives.
Yes.
Manifestations for creatives, because I feel like those are specific.
Mm-hmm.
Those are specific because, like I said, you have to put your shit is different when it's yours.
Yes, absolutely.
Your creation that you got to put out there and actually manifest into the universe.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
yeah, we'll be putting more tips out for that.
So if y'all want to see us discuss anything particular on this podcast, just let us know. Comment down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to our channel, and
Share it.
Definitely share it with any creative that you think might like this podcast, or this might be beneficial for them as well. So
I think that's everything.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Until next time, we'll see y'all. Peace.